All right, everyone. Welcome. It is 2:42 on a Monday, June 15th. It actually just turned 2:43 a.m. on Monday, June 15th. And this is going to be my second clarification video um to my first video. So, this is the year 2020. And this is my first video release. This in itself actually is a clarification part two of my first video release, which was released Friday, June the 12th, 2020 at 12:25 a.m. And it was 5 minutes and 35 minutes long. All right, so let's get into it. First things first. I started and ended with the water. I started with the purification and cleanliness with the water. So, if I pause for a moment, I am looking at my notes. So, yeah, with the whole purity and cleanliness, that's what I am about. Purity, cleanliness, water, cleansing yourself. So, and water in itself is a symbol. It symbolizes something. So, I just wanted to make note of that. And also, as well, everything means something. Everything. Everything is a symbol of something. There's always a method to the madness. So don't you forget it. We just went through two. So, yeah, this is where we are right now. So we are now at three, which is a lot. A lot is a lot, but a lot can be a little. So don't you forget it. And so I know a lot, but I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I only know about myself. I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly growing, you know, at every moment and every time. I was guided to release the video, these videos. I have known, for the longest of time that I was going to have to start releasing videos. However, you would have to really know me. You would have to really understand, overstand, and understand who I am to understand, overstand, and understand why it just took me so long to release these videos. So I had to be guided in this time, in which is a time of which no words can describe. You can think a lot of different words, but there's no words to describe it. Okay, so now we're at 4. We're at don't be scared. And the truth is real. Don't be scared. Don't you worry. We are purity and in love. We're at I know. I was thinking, if only you can read my mind. So at this moment, at number 4 is where I know. Is because of the symbols. We're going back to number 2, which is 1 and 3 within itself, which leads us back to 4. Is it all being symbols? I did a hand symbol and I did an expression with my hand on my face, and that was a natural movement. Those were natural movements. So I just like to be clear here this is a clarification video, so I would just like to be clear. I mean, that was the reason why I didn't even understand, overstand, and understand, but now I do why there was no need to use my face in the second clarification video, especially with me already using my face in the first clarification video and in my first video. So here we are at the clarification, me being clear on my intentions, me being transparent. And when I speak transparent, I have to put it on my face because I'm also serious. Oh, so serious. I'm not perfect, but my aim is to be in the most shape, form, fashion, the purest, most shape, form, and fashion. And anyone, who knows me or who knew me knows me and know that this is the truth and this is true and I am real, point blank, period. And for the ones who don't know me and for the ones who think they know me, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. This is a clarification. These are my words. You can't take my words and you can't twist them. You can't make them what you want them. These are my words. And if there's any more clarification that needs to be clarified, I will clarify it. I have my own mind, my own brain, I'm my own being, aside from all of that physicality. Dealing with physics, I want to say metamorphosis, but I'm thinking about alchemy. Oh, whatever, however, whoever, whenever. I'm most definitely pure and I'm most definitely clean. My heart, my being, no matter what actions are taken, because my actions are not taken to hurt someone or to take away from someone in any shape, form, or fashion. What is for someone else is for someone else, and what is for me is for me. And is nothing you can do about that. So you can have what's for you. I have what's for me. There's nothing you can do. You can do what you there is something you can do, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to work. So I am me. I don't even think we've gotten to this yet because we on 4. I'm really skipping, so we're supposed to be going to 5. So let's go back to focus. Let's focus. This is my grandmother's mirror, by the way. Grandmother Janie Williams. That's right. Ooh, all right. So, 5. Where's 5? Where's the first 5? Ooh, okay. Don't you worry. Okay, so, yeah, don't you worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Okay. All right. Now that we took in that little intermission, let's go from 5 to 6. And I got a little side note surprise at 8, dealing with 5. So, all right, 6. Ooh, this is where I was when I just was where I was before I was where I was. All right. This is me, Benita. Every time I think about myself dealing with other people, I get so shy. Okay, so yeah, this is me, Benita. Let me see. This the mirror. Yeah, so fix that back on the mirror. So, hey, this your reflection. Look at yourself. Pay attention to yourself. Listen to me. This is about me. But you just pay attention to yourself. That's it. Don't even try to tell me about me. I'm letting you know about me. Focus on yourself. That's going to be lesson number 1 from me. Focus on yourself. Okay, so this is me, Benita. The name given to me by my mother and my father. And so I had given myself the name True. So there's a whole backstory to my story, but we're just not gonna do that right now. But yeah, so I given myself the name True in 2011 when right after I had my second daughter, Empress Moon. So yeah, so yeah. All right. So after 2011, I don't know. I don't want to lie. So I don't know. Sometime after that, I had given myself, I had added to what I had already given myself, which was true. I had added to my name that I'd given myself. So not only was I true, but I was a new true. It just came from, I don't know. I don't want to lie. So, anywho, after that, I learned more. I became more. I mean, it's not like I became more because if you speak it in that sense, then it's like I wasn't in the first place, but I already was. Like I was born with it, and it's not even like it is. I was born with it. Like it's like a simile. It means that it's something like it isn't, but I was born with it, and so I named myself a new true L Bay. So, and that in itself is another story. It's another backdrop to another story. So, we'll get to that later on as well. So, whoo, 66666. Look, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. Okay. What number was that? 5. Right back. We were just at 6, and I spoke 6 that many times, and somebody got so afraid. Somebody got scared and left, and which is fine because I'm already me before you were even here, and before you were even here, before I even knew what it was, I had fear before. So this is only my life lesson to know that there is no fear but fear itself. I have no fear of the unknown. I have no fear of numbers. I have no fear of what anyone has already spoken to me and to try to persuade me. Or, yeah, I adapted to many different things in this life because I had to at different stages, in different phases, in different ages. However, I'm not afraid anymore. There's nothing to be afraid of. So you can run. And the only thing I'm running from, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not. The only thing I'm running from is anything that I care about so much that I will allow it to ruin my happiness and what I know and what is true. If I care about something so much that I would not listen to myself because I know myself first before anything, even though it may appear or seem as though I learned everything else before I learned myself. I can't, I will not. I could, I can, and I did. And maybe someone may think that I should. However, but no, no one should put anyone or anything over what they know is true as a birthright. Now, not as an opinion, not speaking as an opinion, but as a birthright for me to know that everything that I do is in purity and love and truth and happiness for the greater good of all and everything, no matter what anyone or anything else says or does against me. Period. So yeah, back to six. We're back at that six. See, that's what's wrong with the world. We cannot, that's what's wrong with people, or at a period of time, that is what was wrong with me. I could not get past the six. You have to let fear go. This is the origin. This is you. You're getting back to you. You're everything. How are you going to be afraid of a number, no matter how many times it's represented or displayed or expressed in any type of manner? How can you be afraid? That's not a question to be answered because I know how you could be afraid, but the point is to get past the six. The point is to graduate. The point is to know yourself, love yourself no matter what. Be willing to die for yourself. Everything that you believe in, everything that you know, everything that you are, you were before you had to adapt. And, you know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but you will. So if you want to grow, you will. You will know. So after the sixth, which is Benita. This is my only representation. This is not for you, or you can take it for yourself, however you want to do it. And let's look at it, break it down to the fact that bonita in Spanish means beauty, pretty, or whatever the case may be. You have to get past that. Life is so much more than looks. So many people pass up on their person because they're so concerned about looks. They're so shallow. They're so concerned about what somebody else is going to think or how this is going to make them look, or, you know, basing their life off of someone else's life. This is the whole point. I'm learning with you. I didn't know one of my points, and I'll get to the number possibly, or maybe it's not a number, or maybe that it possibly is, but I I didn't know, and I can still say that I don't know because I just possibly forgot that fast, but I could watch the video, and I am going to watch my video and take notes for my own self because I'm not necessarily speaking to anyone. I'm speaking to myself. But the whole thing is to focus on yourself. I mean, who are you? What do you represent? What is your life worth? And we're not speaking about dollars or money or currency. Look those words up. I mean, I'm getting off subject and track here, but I'm glad that I numbered and took notes. But I mean, it's so many distractions. It's so many spells, misspells, because these spells are only words. A person might be afraid, oh, witches, 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 this, witches, that, oh, they casting spell, this, and that. But you speaking. How do you think that you learn, not necessarily learn how to speak? I'm correcting myself already. not necessarily how you learn how to speak, but when you learn how to know what those words are that you're speaking, when you learned how to break it down, what is it called? This is for all of those fearful people that's afraid of witches. What is it called when you're learning about the words that you're speaking after you've reached the 1-year old and 2-year old and 3-year old, and now they're having it so you can go to that 3-year old and learn the words that you are speaking. So let me know what that is called, the word that is called, all you Christian people. And notice that, people that are just so fearful of witches and spells or whatever the case may be, every single being that is listening to this video, you have cast a spell. So you can run from yourself and you can hide, or you can face it and you can learn about this world and understand, overstand, and understand what it really is. And there's nothing to fear but fear itself, the word, and the whole propaganda thing that they have, images and things that they have bestowed upon your mind, your brain, which is your manifestation machine. So let's go back to my notes. We're getting past this 6, right? Okay, so we're still in the 6 with my woes. Because these, like, if we want to, anybody can delve or deep into their 6, and go through your woes. That's like a personal, private thing. Everyone doesn't have to know everything, and everyone should know, and no one should know a lot of other things. Then something should just be for you. And I'm not speaking about anything that necessarily could hurt another being that's in your life. So, bam, there it is. In the 6 with my woes. Not going that deep, but just here on the surface. So, my given name by my mother and my father, Benita. The name I'm giving myself, True, a new True El Bay. Yeah. That's so many levels in such a short amount of seconds to just those words, It's not enough words to express exactly what I'm meaning. However, like I stated at a time, you can, but it's not true coming from you. It's only true coming from me. You cannot twist or mistake my words. And if there's any clarification that needs to be clarified, I will clarify it with my own voice, from my own being, from my own systems. So there it is. We're done with the 6. See, it's not so scary after all. So, okay, so right after the 6, I like to point here that I do have 13 points. 13 numbers, rather, even though I went off into a bunch of different points. So, 6. 7, my aim. What's my aim? I only have 1 7. Nope, I have, nope. I do have, I have 2 7s. I have 1 7, but I have another 7 here that's with a 9. It's paired with the 9. So, this is going to be interesting. The 7, which is paired with the 9, and I spoke that I had a surprise with the 8 with the 5. So, or I guess I'll just leave the revelation with the 9 and the 7 for the surprise with the 8 and the 5. So, okay, we have 1 7, but we have another 7 paired with the 9, which is 2 7s, but we have 1 7 by itself, which is my aim. And my aim, which is paired with the other 7, which makes it a pair, but it's the other 7, which is paired with the 9, is might aim from the first 7 with the second 7 paired with the 7 paired with the 9. Purity. My aim is purity, which is slashed with the innocence. My aim is purity from my innocence. So that's a lot as well on many different levels being spoken in a short period amount of seconds. And I just like to make it clear that time is fluid and also time is an illusion. However, I'm just skimming over all of the depth of everything for the clarification of the first video and not losing sight of that. So that's my sevens. My sevens. And that 7 with purity and innocence, with that 9 that's paired, is also paired with the 1 on the right side alongside the innocence. So that should have went along with my first point, which was purity, cleanliness, and water, which is what I started my first initial video release with and ended. Let's make that clear. Which leads me to the number 8. That's actually the number 8. I was actually looking. I was actually looking at that number 8 as I was speaking those words. Make things clear. And which leads me to my surprise with the number 5. Okay, so the number 5, if you write it, go ahead and get you a pencil and a piece of paper or a pen and whatever you can write on your hand, your book, wall, whatever. Something you can write with. It doesn't even have to be a pen or a pencil. Whatever you can write with. Get it? Whatever you can write on. Write on it. Write the number 5. You start where you start. You go to the left. You go down. You go to the right, curving to the left, right? Okay, so if you made a perfect 5, all right, that's cool. You want to be funny. Go ahead still and draw. Go back to your first point where you started drawing that 5 before you made that lift. And don't make a lift, but make a lift. But go sideways to the left. Ooh, catch up if you can. Which was the first color of my first video. Y'all gonna have to catch up. I'm gonna have to catch up. I'm gonna watch these videos and take notes. Because this is real interesting. But okay, yeah, so go to your point on the 5. And like I spoke, go to your point, your starting point, before you made your left to even start your 5. Don't make your left. Just go to your starting point. And instead of making your straight to the left, curve left. Like you finna just basically make an 8. Bam. Is there not an 8? Even if you want to be funny and you made it perfect, it's still an 8. It's a crackhead 8, but it's an 8. It 8. And why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. So we gonna make this clear. The surprise is 5 is, I wrote initially half of 8, but when I looked at it again, the 5 is mostly there itself. It's not necessarily half of 8. The 5 is most of 8, which leads me to the surprise of 9 and 7, which was the second 7, which was purity / innocence, dealing with the 1, which led me back to the purity, cleanliness, water, which is what I started my first video release with and ended it with. The 7 and is nothing but the 1 and the 9, because if you want to draw the 7 without the line going through the chest, which is if you just draw a 7 regularly, it's just regular. But another 7 you draw regularly and draw a line like a T, making it look like a T. But if you want to draw without making it look like the T, or write it rather, then It's basically the 9 without the full circle. But if you want to draw it or write it rather with the T and you make the 7 with the T, it's a 1, but it's more than the 1. So the 7 is exactly where it's supposed to be, in the middle. And it's not the middle necessarily, but it is where it is supposed to be. We have the 1, numbers in between, 7, number in between, and 9. So the thing about it is, I have these numbers lined up with each other. The 5 with the 8, and the 8 going back to that is a symbol of infinity, of course, eternal life. However you want to look at it for your own perception, for the sake of the clarification of my first video release, this is all that it is. It's eternal. The 5 in itself is like you're almost there. By the time you make it through the 6 to the 7, which is the completion of the 1 of some sorts, and almost to the 9, and you get to the 8, you've completed that 5, and you're bam at the 9 here, which is completing that 7 and that 1, which is the purity and the innocence, all leading back to the beginning. It all leads back to you. It all leads back to me. When I'm speaking you, I'm speaking to me, because this is my video. It's my channel. These are my thoughts, my expressions, my experiences. And you can take what you want to take or give what you want to give. All that is fine and dandy. You can take my words and you can do what you want with them. However, you will not take the words out of my mouth and make them what you want them for against me. That's what my meaning is for that. The thing about it is, if there's any more clarification that needs to be clarified, I myself, my own being, my sound, body, and mind, spirit, God, self, will do that clarification. So we're done with those single numbers, so to speak, 1 through 9, and we're going to lead ourselves to the next step, which is starting back over with additions, which meaning starting back over with additions, meaning, okay, so we went through 1 through 9, which was learning and growing for myself in my life. That's what that was. So now the extra, the added addition is the 0. Now I'm going back to the 1 with the 0 now. I'm at 10. I'm a 10. At that moment, at this moment, at that moment, because this moment, but it'll be that moment when it's that moment, when it's in this moment.